Hey man,
How you doing?
just recovering from this roller coaster of price action the last few days.
What's a hodler to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
back on firm ground and feeling a little bit more centered.
Goodness. It was funny, all the panic. I was trying to think how many days or how long do we spend at all-time highs? Because we probably had what, 4 or 5 this year, but
Right.
they've only lasted, a brief period of time. The last one being 126 and then the dump down to 102. What did you get it at? I got it at 108 or 109.
With the last one,
Yeah, this last one,
110,
110. Okay.
and
Yeah.
yeah, 110, and I'm kind of pissed because I got one at 110, and then one that I didn't have control over at 117, and that
Oh,
happened within like 4 or 5 hours. I feel like.
it's tough being a pleb, man.
I don't know
It is
if I'm
not
remembering
easy.
correctly. Like it came overnight on the 10th and it was like 117. And then the 10th at like or on the 10th at like 11 in the morning, it was like 111 or 110. So it was in within like 5 hours. I was like, damn.
All those sats. That's the hardest thing that I keep thinking about is like probably 80% of the stack that I have, it's going to be, to get Bitcoin, to be a bigger part of my portfolio or whatever, I'm already 100%, but to get more Bitcoin is going to be really tough.
Yeah. The higher it goes, the harder it gets to accumulate sats.
Yeah. And
Like
when you
just
get paid in Bitcoin, you're waiting for whenever that payday comes in. It's like, I want it to dump, but if it doesn't, it just hurts.
Yeah, for sure, man. But I feel like there's gonna when it's 217, we're not gonna be caring about whether we got it at 110 or 120. And then it's all gonna become negligible. It was like when I was complaining over getting Bitcoin at like 20 or 15K, and then you had people that missed the boat at 15K because they thought it was going to like 12 or 11. And so, those people really care if they got it at 20 or 15? No, it's water under the bridge at this point.
Yeah, hindsight's a killer though. I remember, and this is stupid to say out loud, but I remember when we hit 55, maybe last year sometime. Um, I remember thinking, man, Bitcoin's kind of expensive. Do I want to buy at 55?
Yeah.
And of course, a year later, we're in between 115 today, and we'll probably be at 130 by the end of the month or 140. And that I should have just bought at 55 instead of waiting. And I can't remember what I did. I'm, always buying, but it's like get it now. If you have the money, get it now.
That's my philosophy. I think before I used to say, well, I do also dollar cost average. That's just like a nice, you got to do that.
Got to.
But at the same time, if you've got just like money sitting there, like don't wait. Like don't wait for a dip. Don't hesitate. Just get in the game and put it all in there, because you don't really know what's going to happen. You could completely miss out. You might get lucky if you try and hold it, but like the odds that you time the market perfectly and get it at like the cycle low, I mean, it's so slim. So I don't know. I always feel more peace of mind with those two approaches. Well, it's funny. We're complete psychopaths. It's like, dollar cost average, buy it in lump sum when you can, and get paid in Bitcoin, and that's it.
That if that's psychopathic, then put me in a padded room, dude, because that's where
Yeah,
I belong. Like
straight man.
that's exactly my approach. I will tell you, getting paid in Bitcoin is so much sweeter than converting fiat to Bitcoin.
I agree.
Straight to your wallet. I mean, forget about it. There's nothing like it, but it hurts when the price goes up right before you get paid. That's tough.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's painful, but whatever,
Dude,
man.
if
Cool.
it goes to 200, if it goes to 200, when it goes to 200, you're going to get like our typical weekly buys of 21 bucks. We're going to get like 8,000 sats,
I know.
which is like nothing. I mean,
I
in
know.
someday that'll sound like a lot, but right now, 8,000 sats is like, it's such a joke.
Yeah, we're like readjusting the psychology right now. Like you can kind of feel that because it feels really expensive. And so we still haven't caught up to the fact that Bitcoin's actually going to 10 million. And
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? So there's a bit of psychology at play there, but
So you're going to buy Bitcoin when it's at 10 million? Because you'll get 10 sats for a buck, I think, at that point.
I'll still buy it.
Me too.
I mean,
10 sats though, that's like nothing.
other than what? Like they're gonna like what else would I buy? I don't know.
I don't know.
See.
It's fun to think about. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I hope I'll be paying people in Bitcoin myself and doing things with the Bitcoin that are
Building something.
maybe building something, when
Yeah.
Bitcoin's 10 million. I don't know. I don't know how old we're going to be when that happens.
Yeah, it'll be next year. So I saw, speaking of next year, Citibank is going to custody Bitcoin and crypto, but Bitcoin for their clients. Did you see that headline?
No, I
And I
didn't.
thought it was interesting that 5 days ago, the news cycle is so crazy, you forget about stuff. But 5 days ago, Citibank said they think the bull run's going to last deep into 2026.
Huh.
And everyone's calling tops and bottoms and the end of the bull cycle. And some people have said the bull cycle will end in early next year, early 2026. But I think the banks know that if they can custody Bitcoin on behalf of their clients, it's another lane of accumulation opening up.
Yeah, there's no walking back the institutionalization of Bitcoin. You start getting these massive banks that are going to be custodying on, and you can buy Bitcoin or hold it in, IBIT throughout any retirement account. Like when it's everywhere. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see the cycles staying as they've stayed. I feel like we always said whenever the institutions come and whenever nation states start buying and banks start adopting it, then like you can kind of throw the price cycles of, the first, 10 years, 12 years of Bitcoin's history out the window and readjust to the the way that these news cycles go, where I don't know, like I don't know that we still see the crazy. I mean, we probably will, but it'd be nice to not have the crazy drawdowns that we've experienced in the past. What do you
Yeah,
think?
this past weekend was 20%,
I mean,
which is nothing.
you look at that compared to the whole crypto market. I loved it, as we were talking about. I mean, I really, aside from the clear market manipulation that was done, which was so obvious, he's 100%. I think someone's playing the market. You don't take a short out like that 30 minutes before an announcement goes out. But then what a gift at the same time, because I mean, you just should never be trading with leverage. You should never be messing around with that. You shouldn't be messing around with shit coins. And then to see like all these shit coins like Atom and Zcash and all this like these other top 10 Cardano, it was so obvious that the market caps that they were maintaining were fake. There's
Hmm.
just a few holders of those that hold the bulk of that, and then if they're not around, it's worth nothing, and so it is worth less. It's worthless.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're going to continue to see people though feel greedy, and they're going to trade with
Always.
leverage to try to make up for lost time. That's what they're doing. And it's
Yeah.
dude, that's a tough game to play. I sympathize to some degree of, watching the price run away and not being allocated as much as you want or trying to play catch up. But that's not how you win, unless you've got it in your own cold storage device. You're gonna get wrecked probably 99% of the time.
Absolutely. I mean, you're always going to have a segment of the population that is like the uncut gems guy. You ever see that movie, Uncut Gems, with Adam
With
Sandler?
Adam Sandler, yeah.
He's always chasing the next gamble, the next win, the next high. And crypto they're going to attract the uncut gem kind of guy. So those people will always be around and they'll lose their shit. It's unfortunate. It looked like some people actually committed suicide, and that's, I mean, horrible to see. You hate to see that. I just, it could have been avoided if they just, one, they didn't make money their god, right? And that
Hmm.
wasn't the end all be all. And two, if they just approached their digital asset accumulation from a Bitcoin only strategy, they would, I think, still be alive. Those two things. So
Maybe
yeah,
it's too hard. Maybe it's too hard to be a Bitcoiner for some people. You know, just taking the slow, easy way, buying Bitcoin when you have money, putting it in self custody. I mean, that just seems like it's too complicated. It's too simple that some people just they can't handle it.
yeah, it's boring, right? It's just like,
It's kind of boring. I mean, the part that excites me is being able to move the money whenever I want and thinking about what it'll, allow in the future. I like that. I'd rather get distracted by, thinking about, living completely free than, how much money I could make on some trade. I just know I'd
amen.
never be
Boring. I
successful
mean,
doing
I
that.
say boring is good. I don't know why you would want like, excitement and that whole gambling inducing feeling with your, with your net worth. Don't you want it to be boring and just keep going up?
Yeah. Yeah. That the other thing that it points to is like you got to have a life outside of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You can't be staring at the charts all day and staring at the price all day. It's like what else do you Bitcoin kind of frees you up to focus on things that matter. So,
Yeah.
maybe put more energy into those things and let Bitcoin be what it is. Let it be the base layer.
Yep. Amen, man. Amen.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to do? You want to buy some Bitcoin?
Yeah, let's buy. We stack a little sets. Let's go. Get my phone.
All right, I'm gonna do my weekly buy 21. And if this means that I'm gonna be double my stacking this week.
Double it up, baby. Let's go. I'll buy 21 with you.
All right, let's do it. So 17,945 sats
Yep.
for 21 bucks.
They're wild. There we go. You can't see it, but you trust me.
There it goes.
Nice, man.
Nice.
This is a good idea. I think we get on here, we just do a quick little video, stack a little sats, talk about like the most pressing thing, and then hop off, right?
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, there's a lot of stories going on. I feel like we can't cover all of them one day a week.
No, not one day. I think maybe we'll just end on this unless you want to end on something else. The near catastrophe that Steak and Shake just walked into. They're the unforced error.
What did they do, man? So they put out a poll and said, should we be accepting ETH?
No, they put out a poll and they said we will abide by the results of this poll. That's a big one. We will
Oh,
abide by the results of this poll.
right.
Should we accept ETH? And yes or no. And it looked like ETH was winning, but the Bitcoiners in the comments were, I mean, it was 95% of the comments, I felt like, of just like everyone being like, ooh, bro,
Oof, man.
what,
Yeah.
like, that one of my favorite gifs is that old guy that goes,
Yeah. The oof guy. Oof. Oof. The gymnast coach from the 1990 Olympics.
so good.
That was a big oof. So someone came back to it and they're like, never mind. We
Yeah.
made a mistake. We walk it back. We'll just keep Bitcoin. I don't even know if you can use ETH as money. Like, do people even transact with ETH? Like, is that even something people do? I thought the gas fees were too high. I mean, I'll be proud in my ignorance. I have no idea what ETH does.
You know what? There was a good comment from Adam Semeka because I commented on one of his posts, and then he kind of hit the nail right on the head. So I'm scrolling through here to yeah, here it is. Adam, our friend Adam said, they don't realize meth heads don't actually care about anything. They are apathetic nihilists without a purpose. They won't support them like the Bitcoiners did, and I'm honestly worried for them at this point. It's very well said, right? Because the whole ETH movement is really not actually about like adoption or like
Mm.
changing the money or anything. It's just like this gambling mindset. They don't give a shit about anything. They care about the next thing that's going to pump the bag, and then they're on to the next like use case of it. So yeah, there's no loyalty among thieves.
Yeah, that's well put as well. I mean, that's good. ETH is supposed to be what the economy of D apps or something.
Yeah,
But
daps.
yeah, what a grift. What a grift. And it only matters if you staked enough or if you hold enough ETH so you can stake it, right? I mean, there's
Well,
no proof of work at all. So
it's
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 just whoever
the
has the most.
replication of the financial system. It's like the more ETH that you hold, the more power you hold over the network, right?
That sounds
Because
fun.
yeah, it's like okay, I have a bunch of ETH now. I can spin up a validator and route payments through my validator, and
Yeah, and charge gas fees.
I can like censor and everything. And so it's the more you have, the more power you exert over the network. And you don't get that with Bitcoin, other than not at the network level, but there's always power games within the developers and communities and arguments. We don't need to get into all that today. But it's
Yeah, it sounds
completely
like a dumpster fire.
yeah, yeah, it is. It is, man.
Cool. Well, yeah, glad to see Steak and Shake walk that one back.
Me too. Me too. So we'll see what this week brings. I don't know. Last week we had this call on Thursday, and what was the price? It was like
On Thursday, we were at like 122 or something.
122. I think we'll be back up there by Thursday. We'll see.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna pump all week. I think that was a good fake out, and we'll see some all the when the leverage gets cleared out, you see the demand return.
Yep, that's right.
All right, man. Well, good to catch up. See you next
All right, bro.
time.
See you next time. Have a good one. Happy Columbus Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In this household, Columbus is a hero.
That's right, dude. That's right. Happy Columbus Day.
All right. We'll see you later.
See ya.